Elon, I have a question for you. When you read articles that they say, for instance, you are doing nothing against this topic, but in reality you are doing and you are doing well, how do you feel?
Well, I mean, I've been attacked so many times in the media, it's insane. So, I mean, that's not to say I don't have feelings, and sometimes it is quite hurtful to read things that are the total opposite of the truth. Um, but I am, there is the ability on Twitter to correct it, and for me, at times when I'm wrong, to be corrected in turn by others on Twitter. So, the, I think, but that's where I think as Twitter improves the signal to noise, where it's like more and more useful information, that is where you learn things that are where it's entertaining or beautiful, and we obviously want to get rid of like scams and spam and any kind of exploitation. I think it'd be really something wonderful, and a good force for good for civilization. That's the vision for Twitter. And I think it'd also be like way more positive than the press. Like if you read the newspapers, it's like it's like in any given newspaper, what percentage of the articles are positive about anything at all? Almost all the articles are negative. So then, I mean, that's the thing that tends to happen is if there's a subject that's newsworthy, like let's say like you're just writing about, like my name will just generate clicks, right? So if you've got a combination of, like say like my name that will generate clicks, and then a newspaper having a very negative bias in general, then this is just going to result in a lot of negative stories. It's just like a machine, basically. So, but like I said, we can correct this on Twitter, and I think over time, as people, if we're doing our job well at Twitter, then people will increasingly see Twitter as the source of truth, and to understand what's really going on, and they will turn away from traditional media and more towards Twitter, and that will provide a competitive force for other media to be more truthful, or they will simply keep losing more and more of the public's attention.
Elon, what made you want to purchase Twitter? What was the exact thing that made you want to purchase Twitter? And what was the exact moment that you realized you wanted to make the removal of child sexual exploitation your top priority at Twitter?
Well, the two are separate, because I didn't actually know about the child sexual exploitations, the severity of the issue. My concern was just in general that Twitter seemed to be drifting in a bad direction. It just, I can't quite put my finger on it. It's not like there was one moment. It's like sometimes people's like, oh, it was the Babylon Bee got banned. Like, listen, this is I'm not paying $44 billion to reinstate a satire website. Okay, that would be insane. Babylon Bee is fine, but it's not like that's not the reason. So it's just like we need to have, like I said, like a digital public square that is maximally inclusive of the population, where people feel like they can have their say, and that there's not some sort of thumb on the scale, maybe hiding bad information or being politically in one direction or another, but that it's a fair and level playing field. And it just felt like the playing field was just tilting more and more, and there was less attention to bad things that were going on. And I don't know, it made me worried about the future of civilization, frankly. So I was like, okay, man, this really needs to go in a good direction, but it just seems to be going in a steadily worse direction over time. I better try to do something about it. And that's what prompted the sort of acquisition offer. And then it was I guess a few weeks after maybe even a week after that the magnitude of the child sexual exploitation stuff became apparent. And then as soon as I learned that, I was like, wait a second, this is crazy. It's got to be priority number one. And Eliza, you and Andrea were like key in bringing that forward, and then Ella internally. So thank you for doing that. And as soon as that became apparent, we immediately made it number one priority. And with your help, we've made a lot of progress, and we'll keep at it. So it's going to be a constant battle, but we'll keep at it.